Okay, so welcome to our first virtual online open evening for the motor vehicle department at Solihull College at Woodlands campus. What I'd like to do is I'm going to show you a short presentation, a small video to start with about the facilities that we have on offer, and explain a bit about the course and what you can expect to learn going from entry level 3, working all the way up to level 3 South, and we're currently running a City and Guilds qualification. So we'll start the presentation, and if you have any questions, then please add them to the chat, and at the end of the presentation we shall answer them to the best of our ability.
Turn on the ignition. Get hands-on and learn about engines, components, braking systems, electrics, and so much more. In new specialist motor vehicle workshops for cars, motorcycles, engines, and MOTs, our industry experienced tutors are on hand to teach and support you as you begin your career. Whether you want to become a mechanic, work in Formula One, or thousands of other roles in the industry, put your foot down and accelerate towards a career in something you truly enjoy. Discover your future at Solihull College and University Centre.
Okay, so the next screen we have the team itself. We have an abundance of members of staff. We've got all the staff are industry trained and have come from industry and got into teaching for one reason or another. So you've got myself, which is Alan Downing, the head of school for the department. I also assist on some teaching of some lessons as well. We've got Anasu Mayumbai. Now he's our lead City and Guilds teacher. He teaches mainly level 3 and the higher level 2. We have Andrew Phillips, who is he will bring people on from level 1 to the level 2 as well. He teaches on the level 2. Amjad Mahmood is our sole entry level 3 teacher. So he's got all the correct training to enable learners of a lower academic level. So we're opening the door for a wide gate of people that aren't necessarily academic, but very good with our hands and very good hands-on learners. Lee Shaw, again, he does array from level 1 through to level 3. Lise Madden is our assessor for our apprenticeships, and she also teaches the apprentices. Samanan is our theory teacher, and he will only do your theory lessons at a level 1. When you're in a workshop, you'll be supported by Jordan, Spencer, Joshua, and Shania. These are all our technicians. Most of our technicians, apart from Spencer, are ex-students that have left the college at a level 3, gone into industry, got some experience, and we do keep in contact with a lot of our level 3s because they're always asking about apprenticeships and how we're getting on, and that good working relationship that happens at level 3, at level 2 and level 3. So they came back in, and then there was a role available for them. And Shania is an ex-learner from last year's level 3 who's coming back to help support us in our lessons. The courses we offer are the entry-level diploma. Now the codes next to these are a City and Guilds diploma. So entry level 3 will come with no exams. It will come with 10 units and it's all practical based. How it will work is you'll do 10 units in the workshop and then you'll do your theory lessons in the classroom. And there are no online exams for this one. If you go for the level 1 diploma on a 390211, that again has no online exams. So the idea of the entry in the level 1 is if you are unsuccessful in your English and maths, you can concentrate and get your English and maths grades the best you can. So you can then progress on to level 2 without the added pressure of trying to achieve your English and maths at grade 4. Level 2 will come with 5 exams. And then we have the higher level 2, which we normally put the learners on that have passed their GCSEs. That has 7 exams. All right, so we've got 7 online Evolve exams. Exams are multiple choice and you need a minimum of a 60% pass rate in each exam to successfully complete level 2. How we have designed it is we have your level 1, so we have like 6 groups of that, 6 to 7 groups of level 1, then we have 5 groups of level 2 and 1 group of level 3. So depending on attendance and behaviour and your skills, that produces a pathway onto level 3. A lot of learners from level 2 will progress onto apprenticeships there. The level 3 has 4 online exams. Can I have the next slide, please? So the entry requirements, there are no entry requirements for the entry level. We like a minimum of a grade 3, but as many educational facilities, what we offer is we offer supported learners for those with barriers and those that struggle with certain aspects of English and maths. So, however, if a student is below the grade 3, then please still contact us. There is always something that we can do, but you must try as hard as you can while you are at school to enable you to get onto the higher level as you can from college. So your timetable will be split 50-50. We try to timetable all our lessons so you have 1 full day in the workshop. So you'll start at 9 o'clock and you'll finish at 4:30 with an hour for lunch and a small coffee break in between those. So you'll have 1 full day in the workshop where you can get really stuck in, get drive shafts out, gearboxes, clutches, all those elements will still be in the entry program, but obviously we stretch that unit out if you're on the full level 1 or you're on the level 2s. So when you progress from entry to level 1, you'll start off doing the job, for instance, like the braking systems and stuff like that. And as you're going through the different levels, you just learn a more advanced method of how to achieve them, changing a braking system, the clutches, you'll do a double clutch as opposed to a single clutch and stuff like that. Next slide, please. So level 2, you must have your level 1 as your prior knowledge. Level 1 is your foundation knowledge, and ideally city and girls. Now, if we have learners that are coming from other colleges and they're using a different awarding body, that is still fine because you can map a lot of the units across and so we can evidence your prior knowledge. So it's not just a no. If you've done IMI at another college and like to come to Solihull College to do a level 2 or 3, the answer is that no. Please come and see us and we can work out what your prior knowledge is, evidence it, and then enrol you on the correct level. Now, we do like to have an English and maths of a minimum of a grade 3. If a student has below a grade 3, you can retake the GCSEs still at level 2, but there are high demands for level 3 to have your GCSEs done by then. It will give you a lot greater advantage. Level 2 students, again, 50-50 timetable split, 1 full day in the workshop. You'll have 3 hours of theory in the classroom, and then you'll have 1 hour PPD, your personal professional development, where we talk about life skills, how to set up a business, tax, banking, how to stay safe online, things like that. So that's the timetable with your English and maths. It will become a study program should you not have your English and maths at grade 4. Okay, so you must attend. The course content, there are 10 units in total. I've added a couple up on this presentation so you can see for yourselves. Health and safety, lubrication and cooling systems, spark ignition and compression engines, braking systems, steering systems, exhausts, wheels and tyres. How we do this is we try to embed the wheels and tyres and the braking systems all by Christmas, because at the beginning, a lot of learners come with no knowledge whatsoever. So what we do is we try to embed them skills to try and make you become a little bit more employable, so you can go get a weekend job or a job when you're not in college, working at, for instance, a fast fit centre such as Plume tyres or something like that, where you can do your wheels, tyres and exhausts. So we try to embed them employability skills from the word go. Have the next slide, please. So your progression, you can go from entry to level 1, and then you go to level 2. A lot of employers start looking at level 2 learners to take them on as a full-time apprenticeships. Your apprenticeships will be 1 day a week in college, which is mainly theory-based, because your MVQ will be done at work. Now, the apprenticeships are changing from a framework to a standard. So the standards, the difference is you will not have your Evolve exams on an apprenticeship as you progress through the units. What the standards will do, we will train you throughout the year, and then you sit one final exam at the end. This is a choice from the government of how they would like to see the apprenticeships evolve. So it's something called an EPA, so it's endpoint assessment, where you will be tested on an array of things across all 10 units on your apprenticeship. If you don't find an apprenticeship, then we can progress you onto level 2 and level 3. But again, that's pending attendance, behaviour, and how well you can do on the course, because it is a very challenging course at level 2 and level 3. Go for the next slide. Okay, so keeping students safe during COVID-19. What we expect. You must wear your ID badge at all times. I've still got mine on this evening. You must wear it so we know who's on site at all costs. Anyone without a badge will be challenged. Only attend college whilst timetabled for your lessons. Only attend the college then, because then we know who is on site should we have a fire. Use designated entrances, exits, staircases and facilities as advised. Follow guidelines regarding the restricted contact with anyone outside your classroom or your bubble. Your English and maths lessons will also be timetabled within that bubble. So if you're on a level 1 course, for instance, or a level 2, then your English and maths, the people in that group will remain in your English and maths group. So we will not be mixing bubbles. We must maintain that. Follow guidelines displayed on signs around the campus regarding social distancing. A wearing of a face covering and sanitising your hands on the entrance and on the exit of the college is mandatory. You must wear your face mask while in public areas. Inform a member of staff immediately you become unwell with a coronavirus symptom while you're at college. Thank you for attending for this evening. If you've got any questions, pop them in the chat, and let's have a look at those now. Okay, I've got a question from Adam. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, so Adam is currently doing your engineering at school. So if you came in to see us, what we'd do is we'd wait until you got your grades from school. We'd interview for that level 1. And what we'll do is in them first 6 weeks at any level, what we're doing is, especially for new learners that are coming through the door, what we do is we're assessing you, we're constantly assessing to make sure we've got people on the right level. It's hard to judge a learner if they're on the correct level from an interview on its own. Normally, you can identify the skills within somebody within the first 6 weeks. So in that first 6 weeks, you can have the decision to change course and go to a different area within the college if you wanted to, or that's where we can upgrade you or downgrade you. Now, we prefer to upgrade people, because when you downgrade somebody from a level 2 to a level 3, normally it's not a nice feeling. It's always a good feeling to go up the ladder as opposed to down. So we'll put you on the level 1, we'll assess your abilities at that level 1, and if you've got any prior knowledge, some people have experience from home working with parents and guardians or friends on their cars. So if you've got that prior knowledge and you're flying, you seem to be a high flyer at that level, and we feel you're not challenged enough, we will upgrade you to the next level.
Okay, Alan, we've got a question from Gabrielle in the chat asking how long the course is.
Hello, Gabrielle. The course is 33 weeks. It is a full academic 1 year. So year on year, what will happen is you're coming in at September, you'll be finished by June with your normal holidays that you get at school. And then what you do is, before you finish in June, we'll go through a progression interview with your tutor, and then we'll discuss the options of where you're going to be for the following year, should you wish to stay with us. Will the course lead me to do automotive engineering? Also, what apprenticeships are available? Now, that's a good question, that is, because automotive engineering, there's a lot, it's a big confusion, that is, because a lot of people come onto automotive or motor vehicle, right? Automotive engineering is normally where you'll be milling and using CNCs and lathes to develop products for the automotive category. So what apprenticeships are available? So when it comes to the motor vehicle, although COVID has had a massive effect on a lot of industries, the motor vehicle industry, it hasn't really affected it too much because it's a skilled based job. So a lot of friends and people that I'm still in touch with from industry, they're still open. They're still classed as a business in which they need to stay open to support people that have got like NHS jobs, teaching jobs. So all those people that are like needed to continue to get to work, those garages are able to stay open during this pandemic, obviously with restrictions in place and booking systems. So we're still busy. I've taken on 6 new apprentices this year alone from September. So businesses are still investing into the apprenticeship side of things. So yes, you can get an apprenticeship from this. Should we have any apprenticeships that come up live, what we do is we have it like a notice board downstairs in the workshops. So it would be advertised on there, and you just contact Liz Madden, who is our assessor, and what should set up the interview, and then you go along and see what you think, and normally do a couple of weeks like a tester to see if it's what you want, because sometimes a lot of learners like to think that I want an apprenticeship, I want to get into work, and then they get there and they're not quite ready. So what we do is we set it up as like a skill scan to see if you enjoy the apprenticeship, and it also, it's like a try before you buy for the employer as well. So to make sure that everybody's happy in the commitment for that apprenticeship. Any other questions? Got 2 in the Q&A. Will it only be practical, or will it be some exams and some practical work? Okay, so what it would be is it will be, like I said, it would be 1 full day in the workshop. So that's a whole day in the workshop doing practical tasks where you'll be stripping things down. And the key thing is, with any qualification, you're practical. You need to be evidencing to somebody that doesn't even know you that you can do the role to enable to get your qualification. So what we've started to promote in our lessons is, if you've got a mobile phone or a camera, or if you haven't, we can supply you one with we can supply you with a camera to use for that lesson only. You need to take photographs of everything you do. You need to evidence what you can do. And not only that, if you have a job interview or an apprenticeship interview, you can take that evidence along and prove that this is your work, this is what you can get. So yes, it will be practical and it will be theory based, but it's a normal 50-50 mix normally. There's no more questions there. Any on the chat? Okay. I didn't hear the answer about the automotive engineering. It was lagging. Well, okay, so I'll come back to that in a moment. So if I pass all my required GCSEs, what level will I start at? So if you pass all your GCSEs, and now if you do that, what we're offering, we've gone for City and Guilds because it's got more on offer for people at different levels. So we've got an entry level, we've got a level 1. If we have people coming in with GCSEs, which we've filled a full class this year of 19 learners with completed GCSEs at level 1, it's a higher level 1. I like to call it stretched level 1, because it's level 1, but it will come with 2 level 2 exams bolted onto it, which will take the pressure off level 2, but it also challenges you because you've got your GCSEs in your back pocket, and you've only got to focus on one thing. Hence why we don't do the exams in the normal level 1 or entry, because we want you to focus on your GCSEs, get that done, and get your level 1 done. So if you do pass your GCSEs, then please come and see us, because we can offer you the stretched level 1, which is a 429/11 under the City and Guilds. This presentation will be on the website at some point, so if you'd like to look up these codes on the City and Guilds website, you can actually see some of the units and the criteria of the units that we will be completing should you apply. Can you complete all 3 levels in 2 years, or is it? It is 1 level per year. No, normally you won't be able to get the funding to enable you to do more than 1 level of a course at one time. And it's like a lot of people try to ask the question, which is great, because you can get some learners come in and say, can I do engineering and motor vehicle at the same time? Unfortunately not. You can only do 1 course at a time. But what we do offer is the fact that any learners that have got very good attendance, we kind of thank them with the offer of hybrid technology. We've invested a lot of money into hybrid technology at Solihull College. And what we're going to do is we're going to be offering people a free of charge tech safe certificate. So a lot of industries, a lot of people in industry outside now have not got the experience or the qualifications to work on a hybrid vehicle due to it being high powered electricity. To make our learners more employable, we're offering you that training because we've invested in it, and we're going to give it to you for free on top of this qualification to help make you become more employable, because you are the technicians of the future. You will get, when you go into industry, you'll be working on electric, hybrid, hydrogen, you'll be working on all these new fueled vehicles. So we want to help you by making you more employable.
Just while we're talking about the hybrid technology, Alan, I thought I'd share my screen for the news article we did about those a little while ago.
Yeah, no problem.
Hopefully you can see this. This is on the college website. If you go to the motor vehicle course area, there's a link through to this article. You can see here a picture of some of our learners in our new hybrid technology workshop. You can find out a bit more by having a read of that. But that's the sort of direction the industry is going in, right, Alan?
That's right, yeah. What we're doing is we've been given some money from the principal to buy some hybrid vehicles, so we can put hybrid vehicles in all of our workshops, and then the learners that have had that hybrid training can then work on them, and it becomes normal and natural to be working on cars that don't necessarily have an engine because it's full electric, or only a small powered engine with the battery packs in the back. So we're constantly investing in the forever change of the way motor vehicles are. Is there a uniform? There isn't a uniform at college. You can come in your normal clothing for theory and practical. But what we do require is a blue 1-piece overall, which you can get from Toolstation or Screwfix for about £12, and toe protector boots is a must. So we do require those overalls and toe protector boots. All other PPE will be supplied by the college, so your gloves, your goggles, everything else will be supplied by us. The only thing that is needed is your overalls and boots. Now, for those learners that households haven't quite got the income that other households have, or any other reasons, there is a fund in which we put aside each year, enabling us to help you with student support and finance, which is available to everybody, and that will put £70 out for a pair of toe protector boots, a pair of overalls, and a notepad and pen. Do you need to buy your own tools? No, we will supply all the tools. We are currently sponsored by Snap-on Tooling, which is the best in the industry. But we've come to understand that a lot of people are getting used to the Snap-on tooling and then going away and one socket from Snap-on is about £9. A ratchet's about £50, and it's kind of spoiling people in some respects. So we're starting to use a lot of Halfords Advance as well, because we have Halfords come into the college every year, and if you're enrolled on a Solihull motor vehicle course, Halfords will give you the trade card, so you can get discounted parts, discounted tools to help you along your way within the motor vehicle industry. So we're trying to get a partnership grow. Well, we have got a partnership. We're just trying to grow that partnership with Halfords themselves.
Enrique's asked Alan if you could just pop back and explain whether this is a route to automotive engineering, or if he's better taking a different route.
Automotive engineering, that is an engineering course in itself. Engineering is slightly different to motor vehicle. The engineering side of it is where you'll make that product using lathes and CNCs and stuff like that. So it is a different course, but they do kind of go hand in hand very, very well. For instance, if you did engineering at level 1, level 2, and then come to motor vehicle or vice versa, it could really benefit you moving forward, going into the automotive engineering side of things, if you wanted to look at the development side of things, because that's a big hole in the employment part of motor vehicle at the minute, is motor vehicle development, because they're forever evolving. So hopefully that will answer your questions. Is there any other questions, Sean?
Not at the moment. If you've got any more questions, if you please put them in the Q&A now, so we can answer those for you.
How do you enroll on a course, on when can I do it? So the enrollment normally starts in August, but what we're going to do is we're already started our interviews. So the quicker you get your interviewing, staff are interviewing via telephone at the moment due to the coronavirus, and hopefully we can get that face-to-face interview going again. So you can apply for the interviews now by going onto the website and applying. And then those learners, as the learners that are like signing in now and applying now, what you got to think is that there's only a number of slots in which we can fill, and we do tend to fill up very, very fast. And we don't like to use the term as where we can open other groups of one thing, but we're at Solihull College, we're very passionate about the learner experience, as opposed to having hundreds of people on the course. We're more focused on your experience, your expectations, and a quality education. So I'd go and register now for an interview. You'll be interviewed by a member of staff, normally on a Friday. And then it's normally on a Friday about 3:30 to 5:30 the slots are, so it's got time for you to get home from school, and then you can have your interview with a member of staff, and then we keep your documents on file. And then when it's enrolment time, we'll contact yourselves to get yourselves in and have that enrolment process, and then hopefully start in September.
So this is the motor vehicle section of the college website. If you start on the home page and then search 16 to 19 and motor vehicle, and you'll be taken through to this page. You can watch the video we showed at the start of this presentation. We'll also put this presentation on this page as well in the next few days, so that'll be here. Then you've got your options here of level 1, 2, and 3. So have a read of those, and then if you go through to the pages, you can find out a bit more about the specifics of the course, and then you click Apply Now down here, and then you'll be taken through to the application form, and you follow the instructions from there. And then our admissions team will receive that and then sort out your interview for you, and then you can come in and meet us.
Hopefully things will be a bit lighter on with the restrictions with this COVID-19, because we like to invite you guys and girls into the college and actually have a go yourself throughout the year to keep so you can see what you're getting involved in, what kind of course you're doing, because that can either make or break, really. People would like to do a motor vehicle, you come, and when you actually spend a few days and you have a go, some people think maybe it's not for me, but then other people think, love it, absolutely love it. So we've got a very strong reputation, and like I said earlier, you know, we're all about the learner experience at Solihull College, and we like your feedback as well. So when you become a learner, we listen to you. We actually have lessons where once a month we'll have student representatives come and tell us what we can do to make it perfect as best as we can. So any other questions?
Adam's just put, what should I pick? I presume that's level 1, 2, or 3. Did you say earlier best to apply for level 1?
If he goes for level 1, if he gets his GCSEs, what we can do is we can put him on the stretched level 1, where you'll do level 2 exams at level 1. I highly recommend everyone getting that foundation knowledge. And like I said, in the first 6 weeks, if we think that you've already got that prior knowledge and you could be easily doing level 2, then we will upgrade you. So apply for level 1, and then we'll upgrade you to level 2 within the first 6 weeks, depending on your prior knowledge or how you're doing on the course in itself, because there's a lot of pressure for the exams. There is 5, even if you have the 5 exams on level 2, it is challenging.
Okay, do we have any last questions? Let's give you a few more seconds to put any last ones in. Okay, I think that's the questions finished, Alan. If you want to.
Right, so I'd like to thank you all for attending, and I'd like to see you all very soon. Apply for the course itself and have an interview with the members of staff that we're delivering to you, and hopefully we can get you in. Fingers crossed for a taster day and spend a few days with us and see what you think. You know, so we can go through the theory, go through your practical. And normally it's really good, so hopefully restrictions will ease, and that'll be it.
Just got one last question pop up, Alan, from Josh.
You don't need a driver's license. No, you will not need a driver's license. All the vehicles will be removed for you and prepared prior to entering the lesson. No, you don't need a driver's license. Okay.
Okay. Well, if
a few more seconds in case there's any more.
Yeah, a few more. Okay, I think we're done. So thank you, Alan. Thanks everyone for attending. As we showed you, you can get your applications in on the website when you're ready, and we look forward to meeting you in person. Oh, one more. For apprenticeship, what level should I choose?
For the apprenticeship, you normally need to find an employer that will take you on as an apprentice, and then normally from scratch they start you at a level 2, because you will learn the hand skills a lot quicker being at work 4 days a week and college 1 day a week. So you would start at a level 2, but you need to find an employer that will be prepared to sign you up for an apprenticeship. But there are benefits for the employer for signing someone up as well. I believe there's an incentive from the government. I'm not sure on the figure, but it's probably I know it's just over £1,000 for them to sign you up and be an apprentice with them. So there are lots of benefits for the apprenticeship as an employer and as an employee.
I mean, we always recommend if you're keen on doing an apprenticeship, apply for the full-time course as well as a backup, just in case you don't find that apprenticeship opportunity straight away.
Definitely. The amount of learners that get in touch October and was looking for an apprenticeship, I didn't get it. My advice to every learner is, if it's like we've got a learner that's in between engineering and motor vehicle, apply for both. Apply for as many courses as you want, because it's better to have a selection rather than no selection. It's better for you to decide which ones you want, rather than somebody else say, I'm afraid there's no space, because he didn't take that action quick enough. Okay, so apply for as many courses as you want, and then if you get the grades for 3 of them out of the 5, then you've got a selection of 3 in which one you'd like to do. If you leave it too late, you could end up doing something you don't really want to do. So my advice is to apply as much as you can. Anything that takes your fancy.
Okay. Well, thank you, Alan, and thanks everyone for attending. Get your applications in and we'll hope to meet you soon. Thanks very much. Have a good evening. Cheers. Bye-bye.